Hi friends, I'm Kat. Welcome back to the Sunday Soul Reflections. If you're new here, welcome. Basically, every Sunday we take a little time to dive into the inner work of our spiritual awakening journey. Because it can be a doozy, yep. I share pieces of my own experience, the messy and the magical, so that you know you're not alone. By no means do I have it all figured out. Not even. When I first started waking up spiritually several years ago, I didn't even know what was happening. I honestly wondered if I was losing it, and many other people did as well. So my hope is that these reflections can be the small light on the path for you. Just gentle reminder that you're not crazy. You're awakening. And that is so exciting. So grab a London Fog, or a tea or a coffee, and let's just listen to the snores of Sir Isaac Newton as we just dive into what I want to talk about today. So take a deep breath in and out, because every breath counts, my friends. Today, I really want to talk about conditioning and programming, because wow, right? From the moment we're born until around the age of 7, our brains are in a super duper absorbent state. Like we are basically running on subconscious downloads from everything, from our family, friends, culture, media, environments. Everything shows us what we're taking in becomes like a blueprint for how life works, how we perceive life works. Now, true, most of this isn't like cruel intentions and malice, right? It's just how human development functions, how it happens. We learn by mirroring. We learn by soaking up beliefs, patterns, and ways, just like little sponges, right? So some examples of early programming could look like: good kids don't cry. Money is hard to get. This is what normal family looks like. Or that you run on a program that you have to earn love by being good, quiet, pretty, helpful, perfect, whatever it may be. And then later, as adults, that programming can echo in our minds. And it could look like feeling guilty for resting. Holding the belief that you're too much or you're not good enough. Automatically distrusting your own intuition. I think that's something that's probably been beat out of us. It's wild how many of the thoughts we think every day aren't actually ours. They're borrowed. There's somebody else's shit. They're not even your thoughts. Is the voice in your head even you? Right? They were given to us before we had any filters. Remember how our brain develops. I'm sorry, but I'm a brain science nerd. And so when we throw in that and know, like our cortex wasn't even fully developed. So of course, we're like just taking everything in. Okay. But then you're all grown up. Or maybe not. Maybe you're younger. I don't know. But something starts happening. You start waking up. You catch a thought midstream and realize, wait a minute, that's not even mine. And you step back from it. And then that's when it can feel like the floor just like drops out from under you. Friends, family, even yourself might think, I'm changing. Am I going crazy? What's happening? But you're not. You're actually becoming conscious of the program. Dun, dun, dun. I joke around, but wow, it's kind of heavy. Like when you really in the moment of it, what you believe to be true, that you thought, you realize, wait, what? Yeah. So kind of like, think of it this way. For thousands of years, societies have created collective conditioning. Okay? Sometimes organically, sometimes deliberately. Institutions, governments, and systems know that a programmed population is easier to guide or control. So we inherit not just family patterns, but cultural ones. The fear of scarcity, mistrust of others, unquestioning loyalty to authority, constant productivity, competition over connection. Just that. We're in the lens of scarcity, right? When we awaken, we stop running on autopilot. We get out of the subconscious mind and we start accessing the conscious mind, our prefrontal cortex. We start to see the strings, the puppeteers, and that can feel really disorienting, maybe a little scary, unhinged, because you're literally unplugging from a collective field of beliefs. Wow, that's intense to feel that. But this is also where your power lives, my friends. Awareness is the first crack in the program. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, that's for sure. And you can choose differently. So, if you're in that stage right now, the questioning, the deconstructing, wondering who you really are under all the layers, please know, my friends, you're not losing it. You're not. You're waking up. This is what spiritual awakening looks like from the inside. Messy, beautiful, confusing, liberating. Sweet anticipation, let me tell you. Sorry. So this week, I really encourage you to maybe just try this. As I cough it out, have a sip while I cough. So sorry. And I'm not going to edit that out because we're having a real conversation. So I'd be coughing. All right, back. Whew. When a limiting thought arises, pause and just ask yourself, is this truly mine? Or is this something I was taught? You don't even have to change it yet. Just notice. Awareness itself begins the unraveling. Believe me, you can't undo it. You can't stop it. You just keep going. So, take a deep breath in and out. I'm just sending so much love and light to you guys. Thank you so much for just being part of this, being here, lasting this long into this. Thank you for letting me be a small voice on your path, and thank you for being on my path. And until next Sunday, keep questioning, keep breathing, and keep remembering. And most importantly, keep choosing you, because the light you're looking for is already inside of you. Have a great night and a restful sleep, my friends.